Hello everybody and welcome back to the 1am podcast. I am your host, LECH1503, and today we are recording at 12:25am. Today I am joined with Josh, the person who's probably going to be taking off with his computer that is going to Mars, and Daniel, who lost November in the first 10 seconds.
Excuse me, I didn't lose, I just didn't start.
No, it's non-stop. No, November.
Oh fuck, wrong. So
now that's a different sort of challenge. Fuck.
What up, gamers? How have we been? We definitely haven't been talking for the last 26 minutes.
Yeah, everyone at home. This podcast actually started like half an hour ago. You just don't get to see it.
You just don't get to see us babbling about for half.
Yeah.
An hour. So how is everybody?
Depressed.
Oh.
We're doing good. Had my last exam today. I'm done for the rest of my life. Time to die.
Well, are you doing uni or anything like that?
Sorry?
Are you doing uni or anything like that?
Yeah, I got myself lined up a TAFE course, and so.
So what if you do an exam in that?
No, because it's a practical course.
Oh, okay.
So, Ouija.
Ouija board?
Probably.
Ouija
maybe.
Board? Ouija?
I don't know.
Ouija board? So
yeah.
Anything you want to talk about, Josh?
Or do we
want to go into the
weekly update?
Should we go into the weekly gotcha update?
We forgot to do something. Lachlan, how are you doing today?
That doesn't matter.
Damn.
Jesus.
Nobody's asked me that before.
Fuck. Okay then.
No, I guess I'll talk some stuff I was doing today, but I'll probably wait for when we're just talking about general stuff we've been doing after the gotcha update.
The gotcha update.
The gotcha update.
Daniel can do his gotcha update.
No, mine's actually successful. You need to go first because you're depressed.
So welcome to the weekly gotcha update, where we talk about our gotcha-related addictions. So far, I have not yet gone into a gotcha game, but I have heard of a hentai gotcha game.
Oh, I need to find that. I still don't know what it's called.
Just go to Gigok's fiance's channel. She's probably got it.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Fuck.
That's how
When you forget stuff exists.
That's how I found out that there was a hentai gotcha game.
She would be the one to divulge that to the world, wouldn't she?
But there's a lot of degeneracy at the moment on her channel. It's
No, what do you mean now? That's the entire reason to watch her channel.
No, because she's
find the
talking
really
about
degenerate shit.
She's said that she wants to talk about other things besides degeneracy. So it's
That's a bit difficult when all she's thinking about is degeneracy, apparently.
That's not true. Hey.
Can you give me an example then?
There was the podcast where she was like, I don't just talk about degeneracy. I don't just think degeneracy.
And then proceeded to talk about degeneracy.
We don't
Am I not wrong?
We don't talk about that part. It makes my point.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I'll pay it.
No, you fucking don't. Josh, how's your gotcha addiction been?
Well, but talking about that, I just did a roll, and I got a fucking 3-star spear, and I want to die.
I have no idea what
Fair enough.
I'm lifting up the wrist. I'm going.
I can't wait for the time where I make a fucking my video where I talk about Genshin Impact. I play it for the first time and then I just start streaming it. Which when I do start streaming, you can find on LACH1503 twitch.tv/LACH1503. Always be plugging.
Knowing you're gonna get Diluc or something on your first roll.
What do you mean?
You're gonna get something good. And then there's me, who had to spend hours to get my 1 5-star. And then there's some dude on the YouTubes who's got 2 Deluxe already,
Lol.
and he's playing free to play.
You gotta love that, bro.
Josh be like, he be vibing though.
No.
He do be that.
I just want something from the gods.
I'm just gonna fake my video then, just to make it seem like I did get that.
Oh, I should send you some gameplay of mine. It'll be the most depressing video.
Honestly, if you could put an edit together where it looks like you've gotten really good stuff, that's a GG right there. You deserve that one.
Well, I'll try to see. I guess that would be like a talking point one day on this podcast.
Yeah. Lachlan's absolute deception of a video.
But it turns out he actually did get those things.
Yeah.
That would be like extremely funny.
His first 10 pull, he gets like 3 5 stars.
Yeah, you spend the entire video playing it out as it's like, yeah, I actually did this, and then like midway through you're just like, yeah, nah, sorry everyone, I was joking, yeah, I actually didn't do this.
The video.
And then right at the end it's just like, yeah, no, this is actually what happened. I did this.
No. But instead, right? Like I make like the final draw of the episode, like something really big.
Yeah.
So that way it's a case of like I can easily fake it because I don't have to continue on using the character, or it could be legit, and that was just the last thing I did.
You start the video with like Deluxe, you're playing around as him, and I fucking just end myself on the spot.
Jesus Christ. Now I just need to be unlucky when I play this game.
The only character I got was Venti, and he had like upgraded good rates and shit because he was on a banner.
Wait, did you have to vent, Josh? What do you have to vent about?
Yeah, I had the vent. I'm the imposter, guys.
Lol.
Red sauce, red sauce.
Good rates. So it doesn't even count that I'm lucky if I got him, because everyone has a everyone has Venti.
I don't have Venti.
Oh, fuck off.
You'll have more than Venti when you start playing, trust.
He's gonna get like Klee on the first go. He's gonna get the little lolly.
I'm gonna get the emergency meal.
Emergency food.
Emergency food.
They should add like a recipe for emergency food. Like you make biscuits that look like emergency food.
Can somebody explain that to me, by the way? Like the meme?
Okay. There's a character called Paimon.
Yeah.
The little weird floaty thing that follows you around.
Yeah.
They're at the very beginning of the game. Actually, I'm not telling you. Fuck you. No, fuck you.
Why not?
When you play the game, you'll understand it.
Why not?
No, when you play the game, you'll understand
I think he's baiting you into playing the game. That's what he's doing.
I'm gonna be playing it anyway for like a video.
Yeah. You just have to wait.
Why? Why are you doing this?
You just have to wait.
Why are you doing this?
You'll figure it out like in like half an hour playing the game.
Half an hour. So I need to be playing for 29 minutes just to like make sure I don't.
Depends how slow you are.
I'll be slow as fuck just for you, Guru.
Okay. To summarize, I'm depressed.
Oh no! Do you want to talk about it? Do you want a venti?
Now, can we get sponsored so I can fuel my addiction?
Yeah. Sponsoring addictions.
Nobody's
Let's
gonna do
go.
it.
Someone hit us up in the
Nobody's
comments.
gonna do it now. You've ruined it.
No, you gotta let them know you want sponsors, so maybe it'll be a big deal when you finally get one.
Yeah, you gotta get that
gotta
pure
hype it up.
transparency. None of this like, I'm gonna give it to a charity. No, I'm blowing it all on
I'm
crack and
getting
fucking anime
waifus.
websites.
No.
I'm getting waifus. You can't stop me.
Oh God, Jesus Christ. Okay, Daniel, how's your gacha addiction been?
Okay, so for the last maybe week and a half, I've been saving up build cubes, which are like roll tokens.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I dropped 75 roll tokens.
Sorry, what?
I dropped a total of 75 roll tokens, which is two per ship, because that's just the class that I was doing. I wrote it to Josh. Hold on, let me go find it. I think I got 3 super rares, like 6 elites. Only 3 of them were like useful, and then a whole bunch of trash. So make of that as you will.
Josh, how do you make of it?
That's bullshit. At least you get stuff. I get a fucking 3-star, and I want the cry.
Lol. Actually, I'm in the game right now. Let me go check.
You just need to fake it until you make it, Josh.
Oh, I'm gonna get a 5-star. It's gonna be a fucking weapon. I swear to God.
You need to tell us.
I will tell you. You will hear it.
No. What you should do, right? You should start streaming. And until you get a 5-star item, so that way we have something for the podcast.
I do want to stream. I just have to set it up. And then
so what you're asking him to do is go bankrupt live on stream. Okay.
I'm not spending money in that game because I'll keep spending money.
No, man, I'm not asking him to get bankrupt. I'm asking people watching his stream to get bankrupt for his addiction.
That's a good idea. I beg people to
I should have never said anything.
I become an ego.
Yes, bro. That's a win.
Oh my god! Did you just donate to my Twitch?
I roll for waifus. I get spear.
Spear can be waifu. Just need to put them anime eyes on it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
5-star spear waifu.
I'm just saying, anything can be a waifu if you put your mind to it.
Oh, even you.
Is that... I don't know how to feel about that.
What do you mean?
I don't know whether he's, insulting you because you're ugly, so if you try hard enough you can be a waifu, or whether he's just straight up calling you a waifu. I'm not sure which one is worse.
I was talking about the spear. Thank you very much.
Okay. That's better. That's less bad.
Man,
But, Josh,
I will
you can always
quit
hit on me
Genshin.
in my DMs.
Huh? What? 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 Nani? Nani?
This should be good. He'll recover eventually, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about it.
I will admit, this is the tightest I've been for recording one of these.
But it's only 12:30.
I was passing out before we were we're gonna record today.
Hell
part of me
yeah.
was just thinking about calling it off, but I was like, nah, fuck it.
That's pretty much me last week. It was just I don't want to be here, but I'm gonna be here anyway. And then I was there, and then I regretted it because I was so tired. I was awake after the end of it.
I was so tired I was awake.
Yep.
What?
Okay.
Homies in the chat know what that feels like. Trust.
Now, Lachlan.
Yeah.
You see the thing I sent in general?
I'm scared.
The demon waifu who's scared and shit.
Yeah. There's
That's
4
me
demon
trying to roll for
waifus.
good shit.
There's 4 demon
And the
waifus.
big axe is a fucking 3-star spear.
I see. Good meme.
Good meme. Good meme.
Man,
Good meme.
I'm addicted. I can't quit, but it pisses me off.
I think I had a conversation with somebody. I went to get Akira, from Shintokyo and that. And then I just started talking to the cashier about like addictions and that, and we just got talking about like Gundam, like Gunpla.
You were consoling each other with your gunpla addiction.
Because like we talked about so if you know about Akira, there's somebody made a live version of the bike from Akira.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And so like we were talking about that, and I was like, "Damn, it costs so much money though." And he was like, "Yeah, imagine like," and he said something about like paying shit like you want it, but like you know you don't need it or you don't want it, but you also like buy it anyway. And I'm like, you mean Gunpla? They're just dumb plastic.
Yeah. Legit.
And I'm like, what do you mean I'm buying another one? I don't have an addiction. I can stop at any time.
Exactly, bro.
Exactly. That's why I've never stopped.
Yeah, because I haven't chose to yet.
Basically, everyone who's bought stuff on Genshin, I can stop.
I can stop at any time.
I can stop anytime. Spend $7,000. I think I have a problem.
I think I have a problem, but only.
I think I have a problem.
I think, but I'm not sure. I need more evidence.
Let me just do another couple weeks of research.
I'll just spend another 10,000 and maybe I'll have a problem.
And
Yeah,
like,
I'll make a budget as to
much...
how much I need to see to whether I have a problem or not.
And then you spend that much money, and then you're like, "No, I don't have a problem." And you just keep doing it.
Well, then that's the exact moment you know that you have a problem.
So when people say that they don't have when they finally realize they don't have a problem, they actually do have a problem?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because the fact you've come to terms with your addiction means that you're a bit too far in.
So does anybody else want to add to this gacha update before I talk about a project that I've started literally 2 days ago?
Game shit.
What?
Game shit. Game trash.
Genshin trash, lol.
Genshin trash. Change my mind.
The one thing that has been in every episode of this podcast has now been deemed trash.
Genshin
Nah, I think it was trash a while ago, to be honest.
It's trash because it's pissing me off.
It was deemed trash a couple episodes ago, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Was it?
You know your place. Trash.
Know your place. That's why we put you at the very start of every episode.
It's so trash that my bank didn't let me spend money on it.
It's so trash that when I bought something in it, my bank called me up for suspicious spending.
Exactly, bro.
Well, that reminds me. I might have more.
And I'm like, what do you mean I'm already bankrupt? I only bought 1 or 12 skin things. Can you tell?
I only bought 12, maybe 1,000 skins. Don't worry about
I
it.
only bought like what, like 12 waifus.
Yeah, bro.
And the guy on the phone is like, "What is a waifu, sir?"
Get out.
But sir, I'm not in your home.
Man.
Oh, John,
I still like going into my computer and seeing what the fuck is causing that. Everything's like plugged in and shit. I'm too lazy to do that.
So, is there anybody else want to talk about Genshin before I talk about the thing I've...
Genshin trash.
Genshin trash. Genshin trash.
Alright, put that on a timer every 5 minutes. Genshin trash.
Genshin trash. Change my mind.
Oh, God. So I now can't go out to Genshin and be like, hey, you wanna do a thing?
They wouldn't sponsor us.
Well,
they have Pokemon and shit, bro. They don't need us.
I was downloading Twitch on my phone, right? And the ad for Twitch was just an ad for Pokemon. And I'm like, wow, you kind
Interesting.
of...
I didn't know we were still living in 2017.
Who's this Pokemon?
Who is this Pokemon? I prefer Michael Reeves. Like, look,
Michael
it's
Reeves is
crackhead
fine,
energy.
girl.
I prefer Ninja.
Ninja's not on Twitch.
Didn't he come back?
Is he?
No, he went to YouTube because they wouldn't let him back on Twitch.
Twitch was like, you cucked us for the last time, Ninja.
Yeah. But Shroud, though, he's fine. He can come back. Now, he straight up just chose not to. He might have felt bad or something, I don't know.
Or he might have been, or YouTube might have been like, hey, we'll give you money if you just.
Or he remembered about the porn that was streamed on his channel.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, they were like copy channels passing themselves off as Ninja. Broadcasting questionable content.
No, that's not okay.
I mean, it's like funny for about 5 minutes, and you realize that it's like, just why?
Yeah.
It's like LeMayo porn on Twitch, and it's just like, but why are you doing this? I have more questions than answers.
Imagine all the Fortnite gamers just wanting their daily dose from Ninja.
Yeah, bro. And they get a daily dose of something else.
Oh, no. Yep. So I'm just gonna talk. Anybody else want to add anything else before I?
No, talk about your
Genshin
project
trash.
thing, bro.
Genshin trashed.
Genshin trash.
Genshin trash.
Now talk about your project. What are you doing? What's happening?
So I've got a course in game design, as I've told you guys beforehand, and so I started a new game project for it because I need to have a game. And I would like to present to you with the main menu for a game that will hopefully be out, a Neon Runner.
Bro, that's our sponsor, bro. Easy.
That's a sponsor? It's just me?
Yeah, bro. Look, I don't care where the money for my crack's coming from, as long as it's happening, you know?
Stop saying that.
What?
No, I'm bleeping that shit
Am I
out.
wrong?
I'm bleeping that shit out.
Cocaine is not a swear word.
I'm bleeping
Leave me
it out.
alone.
I'm bleeping it out anyway.
Weed. Marijuana.
So yeah, anyway, tell us about this game. What's happening? How's that work? What's happening?
So at the moment, all we have is the main menu asset and a concept, like not a concept, but the visuals done.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a game that's supposed to look like a endless runner.
Yeah.
So it looks like Geometry Dash, but 3D.
It's Geometry Dash for 3D, and only one level.
Yeah.
And all the the logo looks like shit.
Sounds about right.
That's possible. It's a solid C. It's a solid C.
It doesn't make me blind when looking at it.
Hey, look, C's a better grade than I'm gonna get for my bio exam that I did today. So
Oh God. Jesus. So what do you think of the visuals of this game?
Looks pink.
It looks pink.
yeah, it looks good. Because initially I'm like, yo, bright colors hurt my eyes because I'm a vampire. But the more I look at it, it's like this could be cool.
Well, because it's supposed to have that neon aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
Like Geometry Dash.
No, because Geometry Dash is just flat colors. This has got the nice glow. I like the glow.
I looked up way too many tutorials to find out how to make objects glow like that.
It looks like a mobile game.
Thank you.
Is that good or a question mark? What?
It is made.
I mean, like the Fuck, I need to go find one.
It is made in Unity.
Yes, it's a mobile game.
What if
You
I-
can start selling it with it.
No, there are plenty of good games made from Unity, bro. Chill out.
Actually, there is. What was Cuphead was made with Unity. Fall Guys was made with Unity.
Fall Guys.
Ravenfield, Slime Rancher, maybe? Or was that Unreal?
I think that's
I'm
Unreal.
not sure about
That was Unreal.
Slime
I do
Rancher.
have a version without all the lights if you want to see it.
Yeah.
So it's just like turning down the bloom essentially to not make it look like there's fucking lights. So
Oh, pink.
it's almost like that's what the color was before.
HD square. I
It
like
looks
that.
better with the godly rays.
You know it does, but it also doesn't look as bad as like a default Unity project because it's like post processing put onto it.
Bring
yeah.
back the godly rays.
Or if you want, right, I can just turn it up to like max.
I don't think that's godly enough.
Wait, hold on. Let me put it up high enough that you can still see the cube. I've got a feeling that every time I go to take like a screenshot of this, the screen just turns a bit white, and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" So here's
that's interesting.
That's like the light you go into when you die.
That is what you see before you go to heaven.
Yeah.
It's
heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
You've heard it here, folks. You've heard it here first, folks.
This is what happens when you die.
This is what happens when you die. You see this. You see this godly image. And for everybody who's just listening to audio, it's just fucking bright.
It's just a lot of color, and there are only 2 of them. Well, 3 of them.
But yeah, there's not much to show of it, but it's only been like a couple of hours that I've worked on it for 2 days, on 2 different days. I'm like, it looks good in my opinion, for even though it looks amateur as fuck. It like, yeah, it looks better than the other project that I worked on earlier.
There's another one.
Yeah, there is another one that was scrapped.
It
didn't get far enough in.
I chucked all my projects for my course.
Wait, you
They're all
did?
gone. Yeah, they're all gone now.
Why? They're like perfect for a portfolio.
Nah. I'm not. Nah.
Like
For
example, I'm planning on making a visual novel for my next project.
Visual novel.
But the thing is, I won't be the creative head for the visual novel.
Oh, why not?
So I've got a friend that that I talked to like a couple months ago about telling their stories through visual novels, because it's like you use less drawings and that to tell the story than like what you do with a comic book.
That's the plot of an anime I'm watching.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How?
What do you mean how? They make anime out of everything, bro.
The timer is reincarnated as a pool of water.
Okay. I'll just do this. Beep boop up boop beep boop up boop 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 boop. Where is my yesterday's watch list? I can't tell. Above there. Hey, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Weird title, but the show certainly starts off very different to what that suggests.
No. Oh.
Sorry,
It's about a guy who happens to know like 2 like high school age like novel writers. One's like an illustrator and one's like a book writer. And so he like brings them together to write his own fantasy, which happens to be about some random person he met on the street, which typical anime fashion he actually knows. So you know.
Oh, okay. We're going again.
Oh yeah, space time, boys. Where we going?
But yeah, so hopefully after this project, I'll try like contacting them, because at the moment, it allows them to tell a story that they want to tell. But it also allows me to work on like my biggest weakness as a game developer, which is coding.
Fair enough.
So like if I have somebody else do the parts where I'm like I could kind of do on my own, I can then focus on the like stuff I'm shit at.
Yeah.
Like that's one way of looking at it, I guess. So what do you think about Neon Runner?
That's looking interesting.
Looks like a mobile game.
It does. It looks it looks unprofessional as fuck.
No, I mean, if you make it work on mobile, then that's a
No.
win, to be
You
honest.
put it on the store, and then you get people to buy the ability to not have ads on it.
Yeah, just sell it for like $1 on Apple Store.
You do know that I would have to be giving like I would have to set up to give Unity a percentage of that, right?
It's
That's
only if you
fine.
make a certain amount, isn't it?
No, that's only with Unreal.
Well, then use Unreal.
Port it to Unreal real quick, bro.
Yeah, just do a quick port.
Yeah.
Also, there's the fact that if I was to put it on mobile, I would have to buy a licensing to then put them on mobile. And then
Alright, Steam it is.
No, like Steam, I also have to pay $100 to try to get to just put my games on the Greenlight page.
Oh yeah, because they had a whole bunch of like really dumb bullshit games that were just useless, so they had to put that in, eh?
They put that in ages ago.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 years ago, but like
No, it's longer.
I don't think so.
No, it is. Trust me.
Oh, okay then.
Because I remember looking into it years ago. But yeah, it was like $100 or 100 American dollary dues.
Dollarinos.
100 freedom bucks. To just have like the chance of being greenlit. So like the best place to put it, and the place I probably will end up putting it, is Game Jolt.
Fair enough.
And that would be kind of like a, hey, I did a thing.
Yeah.
Give me money.
No. No. It will be free. Especially with how mobile-y it looks.
No, you're gonna get money any way possible.
Yeah, bro, we hard out here in a safe country where people aren't trying to kill us, and we got food and like, you know, shelter and stuff.
And then I'll just fucking do trying to do Fiverr voice acting.
Then do it. Why haven't
It would
you done
honestly
yet?
be easier, to be frank.
I can't do it at the moment because I'm like, for shit that I can't disclose.
Fair enough.
I can say after the podcast.
I'm not gonna remember.
Neither will I.
Jesus.
Hold on, I'll just like put a reminder in chat. Fiverr tell.
Oh, there's an open
Oh.
day for the gameplays.
So do we want to move on to like the first kind of
Can
thing
we
to talk
talk
about?
about what
Yeah.
we want to talk about?
Now, which console do we want to talk about first? The one that I think is more impressive, or the one that I think is more bland?
Stadia.
Let's talk about. Okay, if you don't know, by the time this video comes out, the Xbox Series X and the PS5 should have been released, or should be close to being released. And so I want to dedicate a portion, or like this episode, to talking about next gen consoles and that. And what better place to start with than Stadia? Like,
Stadia.
it's true.
Okay, that's the end of the Stadia segment.
Stadia.
Let's talk about Stadia, shall we? I'm being serious. Let's fucking talk about Stadia.
I don't know
Didn't
anything
we
about
do
Stadia.
this? Didn't we do this already?
We haven't touched Stadia at all.
I thought we had a conversation with
No,
him
we
where you
haven't
just
talked
shit
about
on Stadia for
Stadia.
like 45 minutes.
Stadia, the thing that shouldn't have ever existed.
It's like a. There's only one big thing for why it worked. Like, there's only one good positive for it.
It didn't work.
No, like the only positive that can kind of be said is like, have you heard of the Ubisoft game that's coming out? Like Gods and Demons or some shit.
Is this the weird Greek one?
Yeah, the one that looks like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, the weird Greek mythology one.
Yeah. So that one
That's
was
weird.
like the demo of it was only available on Stadia. That way there was no like data mining of the demo.
Oh.
Fair enough.
That's literally the only positive.
Okay.
The only positive is that you don't get the files.
Like that, and the positive is more for the developers than for us.
Yeah. The positive is that you can't be a prick and leak shit.
Like the only other positive, I guess you could kind of say, is like if you have shitty hardware, like it's like your best alternative.
It's
But it's
a
not
good,
a good alternative.
Well, what's the thing you put cups on? So like the water goes and doesn't get on the table, whatever.
Coasters?
Yeah, the coaster.
Google Stadia is now a fucking coaster.
The best thing
Also, I
you get
noted
out
that
of
picture, by the way.
a Stadia is a controller and a Google Chromecast. Changed my mind.
The controller's a boomerang.
I'm not sure about that one, mate.
You throw that
Well,
at
like,
kangaroos, my friend.
I've heard like this thing had like so many like problems at launch and still has problems. Like it just didn't work from what I heard. Like the only thing that did work, like
Well, you heard right.
the only game that like worked very well at launch for people that got Stadia at launch was Destiny 2, and most people are like who bought a Stadia, like the Stadia, had already fucking played Destiny 2.
Yeah.
There was literally no fucking point. Well, no, there was
no reason.
But
It
like
was just like, yeah.
all the reviews for it were like, Destiny 2 runs amazingly on this. Too bad I've already played this to death.
Too bad this game's already dead to me.
Or they would be like, well, I then tried to play another game. Too bad that just ran fucking awfully.
Oh, that's a cool mouse.
Is what it is.
It's like, I also don't personally like the whole streaming side of games because, like, it gets rid of, like, the ability to, like, preserve the history of said games.
And that it needs internet.
Yeah.
Which is another
Can
big
things
thing.
stop
So either,
requiring
like,
internet, please?
either you have to stay at home all the time, or you, like, have to, like, use your data all the time, which can be very expensive. But,
Yeah.
apparently, there is talk of having, like, a, You're right.
Okay, look at this. I'd like to pause the conversation and look at that picture. We can't show that on the podcast, but it's funny as
Just be aware of it.
Oh
That is an amazing meme.
no! Oh, what have I done? Oh, that's not good. I'm going to jail. I'm going to more than jail. I'm going to hell.
What do you? Why are you all booing at me? I'm right. Anyway.
Anyway, back to Google
the-
Stadia, which
the
sucks
topic.
at dongers.
So I was going to talk about apparently there's talk of like having a system in place where no matter where you go in the world, you're always connected to your Wi-Fi.
Please God, that would be amazing.
And apparently, like it's coming sooner than what people think.
Well, isn't that what like Elon Musk's like Sky net internet like satellite shit, whatever the fuck it's called?
Oh no.
Yeah. Skynet, bro, it's coming.
No.
Nah, but like that was actually like one of the long-term goals was like, okay, we're doing this so that like Africa, who doesn't have good infrastructure, can get good internet over satellite.
Yeah.
But also we could just make the entire world internet.
which
The
is
whole
good
world can be made
for
out
streaming
into it.
games. And I guess like it's
Why
gonna be
didn't they
bad
give it
for
to Sony?
mobile providers. Like
Well,
Yeah.
there goes half of their profits. Well, I guess not half
Yeah,
of their
well.
profits, but like a section of their profits.
Oh no. Wait.
Ooh, space time.
Oh, space.
Man, a lot of
Space.
space time.
Oh fuck! I thought I just saw something drop, but nothing was happening.
Drop the base.
Bow.
I just watched someone die on Reddit.
So now, which console do we want to? Oh, okay. Does anything else want to be said about Stadia?
No, because I don't know that much, and what I do know is it sucks.
Yeah, it's complete trash.
You want to know what I was hoping for Josh to say when I asked that?
Mm.
Genshin bad. Genshin bad.
Genshin bad.
But am I wrong?
Is that going to be a running joke for this episode?
Yeah, probably. Next couple, I'd say.
Okay.
If I remember, I might just forget.
So now what do people wanna now do?
Should we talk about can we talk about a proper topic now?
So now which console do we want to talk about?
I don't know, flip a coin.
PC.
Well, no, do you want to talk about a console that I think is more impressive technologically, or a console that is just like an update, like a more like advanced update to an older console?
Can we talk about the Cube?
Are you talking about the Xbox?
Yeah, the Cube.
Well, okay, that is what I was referring to with the second one.
The Cube.
So
Cube,
let's
man.
talk about the
Cube.
fucking fridge game.
Fridge, bro.
Talking about
Man.
the fridge.
It's fridge time.
If it was a fridge, that'd be
But
good.
they've done that, but they only really like gave it to like big celebrities and that.
Looks like a Connect.
Yeah. Dude,
Like
when's
Snoop Dogg-
Sony gonna release the actual like
The PS5 router.
Wi-Fi router, bro?
The PS5 router, yes.
The PS5 toaster.
Well, no, you want to know one thing about the PS5? It's got the exact same color scheme as the Death Stranding Collector's Edition for the PS4.
Question mark?
So you know
The
Death
walking
Stranding.
simulator?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's just like
So the
interesting.
the limited version of the game console has the same like color layout as what the PS5 does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, we're not talking about the PS5 yet. We're talking about this year Xbox Series. So do we want to talk about the Series X or the Series S first?
What's
X.
the difference?
Well, one is small and one is a fridge.
So we're talking about the fridge gamers.
The fridge.
So what do people think about the Xbox Series X?
It's a box.
I was a PlayStation man, so I don't particularly care.
My family have to get the Xbox because of the being able to play games, that all the Xbox games we have, but whatever.
But you've already
Fair
got
enough.
an Xbox One.
Yeah, we got all these games, and if we got a PS5, we won't be able to play them or whatever.
Oh, so
Like,
you're trading in your console?
What?
So
What?
do you trade in your console?
No.
Then why can't you play your old games on your old console then?
Because I don't know.
Yeah, why not just not buy an Xbox One X?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the Series X. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
The Series X, in my opinion, is just a very like high-tech version of the Xbox One X.
Man, you say these names like I meant to know what they are.
Okay, so the One X.
You sort of are.
The One X is the most like powerful Xbox One, while the Series X is the fucking fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, I want the fridge.
So the
Oh,
SX is the fridge, but the Xbox, so the One X is the previous gen.
Yeah,
I want the fridge.
but here's the thing, right? So if you bought a Series X now, right? Your interface and your UI is the exact same as what you get on the Xbox One right now.
Oh,
That's a bit cheap, in my opinion.
And then like the controllers, they're basically just a slightly updated version of the Xbox One controllers.
oh,
And then it's clearly got a similar infrastructure as the Xbox One because of how like they've got day one backwards compatibility.
So you're saying it's trash?
I'm not saying it's trash because it's a powerfulest console or one of the powerfulest consoles on the market at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
it's actually comparable to a very low end PC, which is insane.
I'm saying that it's essentially just a beefed up Xbox One X.
Yeah.
And while the
That's
Xbox
cool.
One X is a powerful console, is this really what we're going into next gen with? Like, I'm not trying to knock on Xbox. I've been like an Xbox guy for 2 fucking years. No, not 2 years, but for 2 generations. Like, I supported the Xbox One back when it was a fucking VHS player. But I look at this and I'm like, PlayStation clearly are trying to like do something new with gaming. Well, Xbox kind of seems like they're okay with just making it higher graphics. Like that's a problem I have with it, I guess.
Well, the latest trend in consoles has been trying to get the graphics to look equivalent to to like a good PC.
No, we've basically got that with these like next.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now that we've acquired that, what do we do?
Hell, I would say this year we've gotten to the same equivalent to like a good PC when it comes to visuals. Like,
Yeah.
Have you seen The Last of Us 2?
Well, not even The Last of Us 2, or looking at like the new generation, even the last generation, the games looked perfectly comparable.
No, what I was saying, like, Last of Us 2 came out this year and it was on a PS4.
Yeah.
That is one of the best looking games I've seen.
Yeah. I don't know how console game developers do it, but they manage to squeeze every single drop of performance out of their machines.
Well, it's because like as you start to when you get near the end of a generation, people really know how to use the hardware effectively because of how many like tries they've done at like making games with it.
Yeah.
And so sorry, go.
The like manufacturers might also start unlocking things that they might have figured out along the way as well.
And it's like all those cases of like so the Wii, right? All the games that are on there are technically HD games that are just compressed to be on the Wii.
Yeah.
The Wii.
Because I'm thinking back to like the PS2 days, and there are a couple games that have not aged very well. Then there are a couple of games that are like, they look perfectly like reasonable, or at the time were like insane for doing what they could.
I feel like there's a lot of PS2 games, or there's some PS2 games that have just aged like a fine wine.
Yeah, because I can think of the game Black, which was at the time, the fact that like the game in general was like the sound. The game's point was to make the sound of guns actually matter. And they did that really well, and they paired that with some incredible graphics for the time period.
Yeah,
like it was basically console crisis back in the day.
Right, like looking at it, doesn't look like a PS2 game.
It really doesn't.
It's like something you would find on Steam.
Yeah, it's like a C+ Steam game, but it actually back in the day looked cracked out insane.
I mean, it's just like like you get good like developers that really know how to push hardware, and then you get like when like a lot of developers really figure out how to push hardware. That's when you get like really good looking games on consoles.
Wait, it's on Android?
And it's why like first couple of games that come out on a new console either look really good or like look like they could have been on last gen.
Yeah.
Is because developers are still trying to figure out how to best use the architecture of the console.
Yeah, because I've seen a trailer for like the PS5 Spider-Man update, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I see nothing in that looks new. Obviously,
You
that's a
need-
trailer, and it's not actually like happening to me IRL, so it's a bit like uncomparable. But I just don't see that they've done anything insane.
Wait, are you talking about the remaster?
Not the remaster, the next gen port. So the PS4 Spider-Man to PS5.
That's a remaster.
Okay.
Okay, I was putting an image in chat. So the image I'm putting in is because Peter Parker got remodeled for the remake.
Yeah, I know that. I don't care about that. I'm just saying like the game's visuals in general.
Well, because it's a very quick remaster.
Yeah.
Where like most
Well,
of the things that have
yeah,
like
right.
been changed are solely to like try to make like the visuals look better. Or to like
Yeah,
better...
but what I'm saying is I just don't know where they've made them look better. In the trailer that I saw.
Well, no, because like the lighting. So we're getting into like ray tracing now on consoles, and then there's the SSD, which basically just deletes loading screens altogether.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. Because we've reached like almost incomparable graphics between console and PC. The big difference is then the loading times that consoles always had. Like it is the internet's favorite meme to say GTA 5 LMAO go like, you know, get a drink, make a sandwich, have a family, die before it loads, you know.
But
Be
That's why I don't play
reincarnated.
that
do you want to know how long it takes for the PS5 to turn on from being completely switched off?
Yes, give it to me.
12 seconds.
10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
So that's from
They're
being
not on my
completely
SSD
off to
computer,
being
but you
on.
know, that's great.
And then like the moment it's on, you basically straight into gameplay.
Yeah.
And like,
And I'm pretty.
yeah.
I heard somewhere from one of my friends that they were bringing back the like, because the menu is now like some sort of weird like overlay rather than an actual menu.
Yeah.
You can like go straight into a game, straight out of a game if you like need to pause and check your playlist or something.
Yeah.
It's like bang out, back in.
Yeah. And like with certain games, there's walkthroughs that you can have like as you're playing.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
I like how we were like yeah, let's talk about the Xbox consoles, and we just keep talking about other things.
Yeah. It just goes to show how little like publicity the Xbox One, like the Xbox X has.
I feel
at the
like
moment.
Xbox tried everything to stand out, but they just
didn't
don't
have
have
anything
the
special.
games to back it.
Wait,
It's not
screwed
even
over
that.
here.
It's just that the PS. It's just personally, I think it's because Xbox and Microsoft are the same thing in my brain. It's like, okay, why do I buy this if I just buy Microsoft, as in AKA a PC?
Yeah,
Whereas a PlayStation is a PlayStation and it only does PlayStation.
but then again, like I was talking about, because for example, like around this time last year was the time that the Series X was like unveiled.
Yeah.
The PS5 took a fucking like it only came like we only revealed like a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
That showed like Xbox was so open with like how they were trying to market the Series X.
Yeah. It's really weird. Like
So
communities
why-
have double
that's the one that's,
standards.
like-
It's so dumb.
Like, why is the Xbox One the one that I'm like, you could have done more with this?
Yeah.
I feel bad saying that because like there's clearly a fuck ton of effort put into this console.
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, it was so real. It was so well. There's no doubt about that.
Consoles that come out, there's constant effort put into this, especially like the Xbox One with the amount of shit they've just shoved into this box to make it as small as possible.
Yeah.
It's fucking mind blowing. But yeah,
Even though it's still a fucking fridge brick, but that's fine.
but like at the moment, it's
Fridge.
essentially just an updated Xbox One and nothing else.
Yeah.
I can't look at that and be like, that's next gen. Like, besides graphics and load time, it's just an Xbox One.
Well, the Xbox X doesn't even have that great a load time. It's the PlayStation that has the like big brain Giga Jesus SSD.
No, so both of them do have an SSD, but with an SSD, it's only as fast as the bottleneck that's being placed within the hardware.
Oh no,
itself.
yeah. I know the X now has a desktop grade SSD, but the PlayStation 5 has like, you saw like the Sony release event, right? Where they literally took like 25 minutes to explain their SSD.
Mm.
But like they actually invented their own shit, whereas the Xbox just sort of upgraded its hardware, which is perfectly fine.
No, that's not necessarily true. So it's the processor that's like reading the data that Sony have like taken pride in making. For example, they're talking about like buying SSDs that aren't made by Sony to put in the PS5. So
Yeah.
it's not Sony that's making the PS5, it's Sony which is making the bottleneck for the PS5. To allow like,
Huh?
Okay, so with an SSD is only as fast as a bottleneck that a system has for like the
Oh
readout.
no, I know how they work. I'm just saying, like the PS5 put their effort into like creating their fucking memory controller or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whereas the Xbox One X just upgraded its hardware.
Yeah, I can
Like
see that.
it was just a natural progression
Yeah.
rather than PS5's actual unique invention.
The PS5, like, they went all out with this, like, with all the, like, new things that they could have put in this console.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so, like, interested in it. I'm just going to put the image of the PS5 in already, because we're basically just talking
We've
about it.
moved on. We don't care anymore.
We'll talk back and forth between each of them, but I'm just putting the image up now. I have a PlayStation 5.
Yes.
But like, already like the PS5 looks so much different than the Xbox Series X. And I do feel like the Series X does have its own personality to it.
Yeah.
But like you look at the PS5 and you're like, damn.
Damn, he thick.
And then the controller, like the technology that they've just put in the controller alone.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Damn. And then like people are complaining that it's that you can't like use your DualShock 4s with your PS5. And I'm like, that kind of makes sense for how like different hardware-wise these two controllers are.
Yeah.
Because like if you DualShock 5 with all its like haptic feedback and HD rumble and all this, and then you've got like a DualShock 4. Did I say DualShock 4 twice? So DualSense.
I don't remember.
Okay, so DualSense is the PS5 controller that has the haptic feedback and the HD rumble, while the DualShock 4 is the one that just has standard rumble.
Yeah.
And it's that case where it's like people are talking about like if it lives up to what like PlayStation is hyping it up to be, it will add that like one extra layer to like how a game will play.
Yeah. Because it'll be similar to, or it'll be actually achieving what the PS3's like motion controls tried to do. Because it was very limited like integration, which is fine because it was like a new thing.
Yeah.
But when it worked, it was like pretty cool. So it was basically the gimmick of the Wii. It's just like, hey, you don't have to sit there and move your thumbs. You move your whole hand or whatever.
Yeah, but it was like most of the time it was just put in as a gimmick instead of like gameplay function. When like the haptic triggers, for example, the ones where it's like if there's tension, for example, when you're pulling back a bow, there's tension in the trigger. Like
Yeah,
that adds
that's
an element
that's
to the
amazing.
game.
That's heckin' crazy, dude.
And that's like that sounds like really interesting. And if it's true and they keep it up and it's not just a gimmick, I will applaud them.
That is like, that's insane.
Because I look at the PS5 at the moment with the most intrigue about how it will perform.
Yeah.
Because it has like the most like new things put into it instead of just like a hardware update.
Yeah.
When like and I feel like they've already like a lot of people have kind of like backed them behind that. Because like for example, essentially before a couple of weeks ago, I was a sole no, how do I word this right?
You're an Xboxer.
I was more excited for the Xbox Series X a couple of weeks ago until I was like, there's nothing really here, is there?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Especially when I found out like the again, it's not a big deal, but the fact that like the UI now on the Xbox One is just the same as the Series X just makes me question it. Because then it doesn't feel like a brand new. Because like if you go on your Xbox 360, you don't just get put up to the Xbox One UI. You get given the Xbox 360 UI. And so it's like, are you just trying to like copy Xbox One's homework, Series X?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm like more interested. I'm probably explaining this really fucking poorly.
Nah, that's fine.
But it was again 2 generations I've been with Xbox and I've enjoyed my time with them. They're good consoles. Oh.
No, BG. I was just like shifting some stuff.
Okay. I thought you were like offended that I was like they're good consoles.
No. BG.
But the Xbox 360 that was really good.
Yeah, Xbox 360 was solid, and the Xbox One X was the most powerful console. And if that's what you cared about, that's what you cared about.
And for like, I got the Xbox One, the original, because of the games that were on it. Like back when I had the choice between a Xbox and a PlayStation, I just saw more games on Xbox that interest me.
Yeah.
And everything that was like on a PlayStation at the time, I could get over on like the Xbox anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why I like got an Xbox.
Imagine having an Xbox.
Don't you have one?
No.
I got
you know what?
annoyed.
That's whatever. Yeah.
I got annoyed when like PlayStation would announce something, and then people would turn around and be like, "Well, now Xbox needs to catch up." When it was constantly that PlayStation was doing the catch-up game.
Yeah.
And they just never went like, now PlayStation needs to catch up. It was always Xbox is the one that needs to catch up.
Well, it's because PlayStation never had to catch up.
You know, like for example, when so the Xbox Series X had been shown off for a lot longer than what the PS5 had been shown off, right?
Yeah.
But the day that the PS5 design was shown off, there was videos out being like, Xbox need to fucking catch up. They need to reveal more shit. And I was like, dude,
yeah.
How long have you known about the hardware and the look and the feel and all this other shit that Xbox had like shown to the public before PlayStation did anything?
Well, I suppose it's because they, as we were just finished talking about, they didn't show any like features or shit that's new. They just sort of showed it.
With the Xbox, they did show they showed the feature of like fast load times with the older games and the idea of having multiple games open at different like points in the game and being able to quickly switch between the two. Like using that SSD to do that. But that's all and also showing upscaling of games from like a Xbox One to the Series X, and how like visuals can look a lot better with just this like simple upscale.
Yeah, but like that isn't. But to me, it's understandable because that isn't as impressive as a 25-minute explanation as to how they invented a fucking memory controller.
Mm. But then again, like, if you're going to buy an Xbox Series X, you're buying it because of the library of Xbox games you have at the moment, especially.
Or because you're just Team Green.
No. For example, there's like basically nothing besides like a few exclusives that are coming to the Xbox One, the Series X.
Isn't there like main one that used to be the big exclusive, which is Halo? Isn't
Halo
that just going to be on? Isn't that just going to be on PC and stuff?
Oh yeah,
now?
that's just going to be on PC, and
That's
so
just
no one
gonna-
cares. Yeah.
That's going to be on. That's being delayed though, so it's not a launch title.
Yeah, we only know.
Yeah,
that.
but again,
It's
assuming it
Halo.
wasn't delayed, it was going to be on PC anyway. It was always going to be on PC. That's why no one cared about it being on Xbox, because it was
Yeah.
going to be on PC.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because
Like, there needs
when
to
you
be,
think
like-
when you think about it, right, all the
Yeah.
people back in like 2000 that like played Halo like Jesus, like me included, by the way, all of those people eventually got over to PC just by accident.
Yeah.
Like I can pay probably like at least 65. Well, I'd pay maybe 55% of people that played Halo somehow found their way to PC.
Mm.
Whereas people that might have played Crash Bandicoot or like Spyro that was on the PlayStation might have stayed there, or like mostly stayed there.
I feel like
Oh.
eventually everybody though gets to PC.
Or everyone does eventually. Well, most people. We don't say everyone because
Yeah.
obviously, like, yeah.
Sorry,
I'm a PC master race, and because it's just better Lameo. But
being
at the same time,
somebody-
I can completely understand why it's just inviolable. for
being
some people.
somebody that is like is wanting to be a part of the game, like the game creating industry. I try to keep up to date with what's going
Yeah.
on with game design and that's why I'm probably like more invested than the both of you in these two consoles.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see how what like the difference, like what the gap is. As someone on a PC, you've been. I've actually also like played console games and stuff as well. So it's not like I'm completely out of it. It's just that for years it's been like, oh yeah, console. It's like, yeah, cool. I do the thing, and then I play it like occasionally if it's appealing to me. But most of the time I'm playing my PC.
Yeah.
I just want to see like what the gap is these days.
Well, it's very minimal.
It
That's
is.
what I would say. And like the Switch is fucking phenomenal with what it runs.
Oh, dude, this Switch is a fucking masterpiece of engineering.
Every time I like step back and is like, this is being run on what is essentially a tablet, my mind fucking blows.
Uh-huh.
Because like you get really good looking games, like especially with people who know the hardware well. And then you get games like The Witcher 3 running on the Switch hardware.
Yep.
Like that's fucking amazing.
They're gonna put a Monster Hunter World similar title called Monster Hunter Rise on there later this year or early next year.
Well, there's 2 Monster Hunter games coming out for the Switch.
Coming out or have come out?
Coming out because there's the mainline one and then there's the like DS sequel.
Wait, is Monster Hunter World going to be on Switch?
No, so there's a Monster Hunter World type game called Monster Hunter Rise. That's the new one coming out, but there's Monster Hunter GU that's already out, which is like the classic Monster Hunter.
Oh, yeah. So I was wrong with that. Coming out.
It's whatever.
You peanut.
But like that's like you look at those games and they look like amazing for like what's
They do.
essentially a tablet.
Yeah.
And something like I can take on the go on a bus and play for like half an hour on my bus ride to my course.
Yep. stab some monsters for half an hour on my bus ride, get off, go to work, come back, stab some monsters on my way home.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's one of the reasons why I really like the Switch.
Yeah.
And I feel like eventually more consoles are going to have to start to lean towards the idea of the Switch. Because eventually there's just going to stop being selling points for a console.
I mean, even nowadays, you're getting a bit hard pressed to find reasons to buy a console if you're not obviously buying one because you really want one. Because, you can get phone games that are comparable to, like, console and PC games. Comparable.
Well, Genshin
I say
Impact
comparable, not the same.
is
Trash.
Not even like gacha games and stuff like that. I'm talking like PUBG Mobile, League of Legends Mobile is just releasing.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff that's easily comparable if you're like you just don't have the money to like have that sort of setup.
Yeah.
You probably already have a phone, so you just hold on to that because you need it for other stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And if you do want to get like a bit harder and have a dedicated console, you buy a Switch, which is only like $3.99 instead of like $5.99 or like PC money.
You need to go. You're talking in American dollars.
Yeah, well, I mean, close enough.
I got mine for cheap. It was on special.
Oh damn!
It was like.
Yeah, well, how much is a Switch?
It's around like 420 new in Australian dollar dues.
Well, yeah, I said $4.99.
No, you said 3.
I got mine for like half.
Did I?
Yeah, you were talking about like 300.
Well, I mean, if I said $3.99, that's still $400,
I think you said
which is like
$3.99.
comparable. Anyway, yeah, like I can understand, like,
but that's cheaper than most flagship phones.
Oh, well, obviously, yeah, but I'm just saying, like the versatility of your phone being usable as a gaming device as well is a big
PS5,
draw to different people.
The PS5 as well is cheaper than flagship phones.
Oh, yeah.
Which are, like, less hardware in them, in phones, than what a PS5 would have.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. We're living in interesting times, people.
Again, I've been invested in this solely because of the career path I want to head in. Because I feel like we're getting to a stage where we're no longer limited to the hardware, we're just limited to our imagination.
Yeah.
Especially with, like...
I'd say we're also a bit, in terms of consoles, you're also a bit limited in terms of the size of the
SSD?
hardware. Well, the size of the hardware.
How so?
Well, the new graphics cards NVIDIA just released, and AMD too, actually, are thick as fuck.
Yeah, no,
we're talking CK, not CC. This ain't good thick. This is thick.
Yeah, no, they are fucking huge. I've seen.
And the reason they're thick is because of the heat spreaders.
Yeah.
They're outputting so much heat. You need the space for it.
Well, have you seen?
Which is why they're so thick. Sorry?
So the PS5's cooling system is like it's made it so much that it's cool to touch no matter what you're doing on the console.
Yeah.
And that the only time it's overheated was because it has been put in like a plastic case, like a really small plastic case with no ventilation.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a fuck ton of cooling put into it. But yet it's like one of the biggest consoles to come out. Which, like, I thought tech was supposed to get smaller, not bigger.
Yeah. Because when I look at, like, the Xbox, it's like, that's a fucking brick fridge. Whereas the PS5 at least looks like a slimish console, you know?
But it's bigger than the Series X.
As in all dimensions or just taller?
It's not as wide, but it is taller.
Okay, well that's fine. That's like understandable.
It's a lot. It's, for example, I reckon it would be bigger than the. Besides, it would almost be comparable to the original Xbox One.
That's pretty large.
Yeah.
but it's not like unusable.
No, it's
Whereas
not.
like a square fucking brick, like
Yeah, but that's
I don't know
easier
about
to
that.
like put in like that's easier to put somewhere.
I don't know. I mean, we've had the rectangle design for so long. I don't know how good a cube is going to be doing these
Well, it's
days.
not a cube. It's still a rectangle. It's just a thicker rectangle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, thicker rectangles might not fit in places
It's
that
it's smaller
a
than a
360
desktop
might have used to.
tower.
Sorry?
I would say it's smaller than some desktop towers.
Oh yeah, obviously it is.
And I reckon that like it's a lot easier to fit in than trying to find a place for this PS5.
Maybe.
Isn't
I
the
don't know. We'll have to
PS5
see.
humongous?
You know it is. I wouldn't say it's as big as like the original Xbox One, but it's up there.
It's like very, very tall. Because I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
saw Jacksepticeye holding his because
Yeah,
he got
no,
it early,
Yeah,
and it's fucking.
he got both
enormous.
consoles early.
Yeah, I think he got like sponsored or something.
He did. I saw his like video title, and it's just like I did not get one, but I got both.
Wait,
Time to see who
Has he made
who
a
gets.
video on it?
I think he did. I saw it somewhere at least. Might have been an Insta post. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, but I feel like if, for example, if a lot of the hardware that was in the PS5 controller especially was taken out, I feel
Yeah,
like
he got
I would
both.
have the same excitement for both consoles because it's a more even playing field.
Yeah.
He got both of them, boys.
But at the moment, like PS5 is clearly the one that's like more intriguing and more interesting from like how it will affect gameplay and how like it moves. It's trying to move the brand of PlayStation forward.
Yeah.
Look how chunky that Xbox is.
Can I talk about digital consoles for a bit now? Because we've
No, I want to finish. I want to finish
Okay,
a thought that I had.
yeah.
So-
sorry for interrupting.
No, it's all good. I thought about it a while ago, and I was looking for a place to interject, but there just wasn't one. So something I think PlayStation has really tried to focus on. The reason the PS5 might be so packed is because the PS4 was the best-selling console to like today.
Is it the best selling one?
It might not be like straight up the best because like fucking Game Boy and shit. But, like it was the best modern console.
What? Yeah, because at the moment, but the Switch is looking like it might overtake it.
Yeah, but like in terms of like consoles, the PS4
Yeah.
was outselling the Xbox by fucking years.
By the like in this generation, the PS4 was the clear like winner.
Yeah.
I guess you could say it was the one that sold the most.
clearly won the last generation, which is why they might have said to themselves, "Hey, we need to carry this into the next generation and not, fucking suck our own dick off by accident."
Well, I feel like they didn't want to do because that's essentially what the PS3 was.
Was it? I thought the
So-
Xbox 360 outsold it like really hard.
No, but the PS3 was the case of PlayStation being like, we're number one, everybody will conform to what we say.
That's interesting, considering I don't really remember the PS3 being cracked out. Then again, I probably was like,
No, so the architecture of the PS3 was really like advanced.
okay,
So it used like cell processing units, and it's that advanced that it's practically impossible to emulate a PS3.
that is unfortunate for me. Well,
And it was a case where like a lot of developers just wouldn't touch the PS3 because of how much they needed to learn about the architecture of the console to just make a game for it. While Xbox
Interesting.
360 was it was a lot easier to make a game for the console, so therefore for developers it was a lot more appealing.
that's interesting.
And it was a case of it seems like a case where PlayStation were like, we're top dog, developers will just like spend all this time working on our console, and they just won't worry about like PlayStation and that.
Oh yes,
Or
classic
Xbox.
Japanese gaming companies.
But then again, it was like the PS3 visual, like the visuals it could put out was fucking like insane at times.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why The Last of Us 2, not The Last of Us 2, the original Last of Us had barely any tweaks when it went from the PS3 to the PS4.
Yeah.
That, and it was also at the end of the PS3's generation.
Oh fuck.
But one big thing that Xbox have over PlayStation is backwards compatibility,
Yeah.
which doesn't get used a lot, but is like a very nice thing to have.
It's really nice. Because, like, I straight up, like, told people when the PS5 was announced, there was I guess you could call it a rumor or, like, a speculation that the PS5 was going to be backwards compatible with, like, all the way back to PS2. That was, like, a thing people said. I was like, if that's real, I'm buying one as soon as they come out.
It's
Because
got backwards compatibility for the PS4 and technically up till the PS2.
That means I'll be able to play Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter was ported to PS4.
Yeah,
it was, but, like, that's not the point. The point is PS2 again. Because, like, I wish I could get a picture and show you. I have an entire drawer, I think, maybe 35 wide of
Yeah.
PS2 games
Yeah.
that I've collected from the age of 3.
Well, I'm pretty sure the PS2 is the best-selling console of all time.
I think it is, yeah. I know it was...
Well, because they were still selling it up till the days where the PS4 launched. Well, they were still selling games for the PS2 when the PS4 launched.
Oh, yeah. Like, that stuff is, like, collector as fuck.
Mm.
Okay, so the list of best-selling, like, consoles... the PS2 released 2K, sold 155 million. Then it's the Nintendo DS, like the original DS, released in 2004, which is 154.02. Then the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, which is like 120 mil. Then the PS4, which hasn't quite finished its like leg yet,
Yeah.
but it's sitting at 4th at 112 mil. I don't expect that to get much bigger.
Oh, it definitely won't. Especially since most people that are gonna buy a PS4 like next year are just gonna buy like used consoles.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I literally want one just for Jack and Daxter. I'm gonna go.
Are you gonna try to track down a limited run copy of it?
No, it's on the digital store. That's the only place you can get it, I thought.
Nah, so Limited Run released a like all 3 of the games physically, but I'm sure if you tried to track one down, it wouldn't be cheap.
I mean, I have the PS3 remasters on disc, so
You wouldn't be able to again.
well,
The
you
only
can't
way
play
to
it, yeah, but like
the
you
only
know.
way to play a PS3 game on modern hardware is for it to be streamed to that hardware.
Mm.
There is no way around it, and that's kind of like it's going to become like almost lost history.
Yeah.
Which is going to be
Okay,
pretty...
so the Switch is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the Switch is 12th at the moment, and it is nowhere near its life run.
No.
With 68 million. So that has the potential to go way higher.
If they sell what Nintendo was hoping that they sell before the end of their physical year, they will outsell the Wii.
Where is the Wii? Oh, the Wii is under the PS1.
The Wii is Nintendo's best-selling console. And if they oversell the Wii, there's a potential that they could catch up to the PS4.
Honestly, I think if they do get to the Wii, they're definitely going over the PS4.
Yeah. But it's like a lot of people love the idea of the Switch, and there's like rumors about a revision for the console.
Yeah.
Like a Switch Pro.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mm.
Especially maybe in 2 or 3 years when like graphics might think
No,
about getting like cracked out again.
In 2 or 3 years, it's essentially just them making the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Because most consoles have a lifespan of 6 years,
Yeah.
and we're in the 4th year for the Switch, I think.
Something like that.
So it
It's
doesn't
that
have long.
I didn't think it was that old.
It's like
Yeah, no,
surprisingly
it's surprising how long the Switch has been out for.
Yeah, it's been out for ages.
It honestly feels like last year, but then again, 2020 has felt like 5 years. So
For you, it has. For me, it's just been normal.
As normal as it
I
can be.
think the rest of the world wants it to be like you, Josh.
Everyday life.
As normal as sitting in your room all day doing nothing is.
Yeah.
So
I do things.
Sure you do.
Yeah, I play Minecraft.
Paul,
Yeah.
you play Minecraft? What are you gonna start speedrunning Minecraft?
Oh, yos, I found a great documentary. I'm
Play
yeeting
League.
the fucking topic out the window real quick.
Play League.
I have lost the bookmark. Okay, that's fine. I'll kill myself.
No,
job.
not again.
All right, back to consoles. I'll find that later.
So Josh, do you have anything to say about these consoles?
I'm just taking off.
Oh damn, just taking off, bro.
Space time.
We're doing SpaceX.
Honestly, I've
Yeah.
just been listening because I'm not really that much into consoles and shit. I just got PC.
Do
Fair
you
enough.
have anything to say about the matter of consoles?
PS4, PS5, you can play Genshin, so it's trash.
Genshin
Genshin
and
trash.
anything that is
Genshin
available for
trash.
Genshin is trash. Fair
Genshin
enough.
trash.
It's
Dumb running
trash.
joke.
FBI, open up.
But can I ask you guys what you think
No.
about the Xbox Series S?
It's not
So
the
is that just like a slim version?
Yes, but so I'll put an image of it in chat. But for people who are listening audio only, either look on screen now or look up what the Xbox Series S looks like, because I'm going to be shitting on it.
Oh, it looks
Okay,
like
so
a
it's
stove.
it's like half the width and it looks like a DJ table.
It's
Oh, it's a
essentially
stone.
the size of two Xbox One controllers, side by next to each other.
Yeah.
Is
It's
the
a
way that
stone.
I see the scale.
Mhm.
Which is it's amazing that they got, which is essentially the same architecture and the same hardware from the Series X and put it into the same, this size, right?
It's like one
Yeah.
of those camping oven things you take.
But my biggest problem with it is it looks like a Chinese knockoff.
It looks white.
It does look a bit sketch on first inspection. I agree.
That's the official design. And it looks like a Chinese ripoff. And somehow nobody's mentioned this? At all that I've seen?
The
It's
other one was a
it's
freeze.
close.
This one
it's
should have been a
close.
freezer.
No, but for example, there's character in the Series X, and there's character in all the other Xbox consoles, but I feel like this console has no character to it. It is just a box.
Oh,
I'm sorry, that's
sorry you feel a bit like that.
Are we sure that the Xbox One Series X has character? Again, I just say it's a fucking brick.
it has it's for example, it's an odd shape for a console,
It's
right?
thick.
Yeah.
That's
Well, no,
already
it's a
character.
rectangle. It's a slim rectangle.
But it's already that's more character in it than what the Series S has.
What? That one's also a rectangle.
But that's a No, the Series S is a slim rectangle where the Series X is a fat brick.
Yeah, and that has more character than what the Series S has.
Are you weight shaming it?
Are you saying that being bad is a character feature?
Hey, I don't think the Xbox Series X looks bad. I actually kind of like it.
No,
Yeah.
I hate it. It's a fucking brick. It's just a square. At least the PS5 looks like a console. It's like
yeah, no.
a lot. It's a horizontal rectangle, like we all know and love. Or is that? It's just a fucking brick.
What would you do if the PS5 looked like that, though?
Well, I'd probably say it looks like a fucking brick.
Say the exact same thing.
You can't say, what if this thing is the thing when it isn't the thing? Because I don't know. I don't know what my brain would think if they swapped the designs. Who knows? All I know is that one's a brick and one actually looks like a console.
They both look like consoles.
No, one looks like a brick.
The Series X looks more like a PC tower.
Sorry?
The Series X looks more like a PC tower than a traditional console.
Yeah, but that's not what I want from my console. I want my console to be a console, not a pseudo PC.
Yeah, but
Unless
Xbox is trying to be a pseudo PC. That's why they have their games on PC as well.
Yeah, but their selling point is a console, not a pseudo PC. So I want it to look like a console.
Yeah, but then again, they probably wouldn't be able to have all the hardware that's in it and keep it looking like a traditional console.
I mean, the PS5 seemed to. I'm sure they're comparable in hardware specs and stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
but
the PS5,
again,
correct.
Xbox tried to compact it all, while PlayStation tried to spread it out.
Yeah. So if their compressing if their hardware compression technology still makes it look like a fucking brick, that says something to me.
Yeah, but it just okay, yeah.
Just gives up.
So the thing is, though, I'm completely okay with the Xbox Series S.
No,
that looks like a console.
It looks bad.
No, it looks like a console. It's a horizontal rectangle. It's got a nice airflow dot on it. That's fine.
Knockoff console.
Why do you like bricks, Lachlan?
No, for example, I like the PS5 look to it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give you an example about how you can do the Series S design better than what the design actually is.
Okay, hit me with it.
Hold on.
Actually, what is your problem? Is your problem the colors or the fact that there's just a dot on it?
Well, there's two problems that I have with it. One is the fact that it's just a simple rectangle. There's no character to it.
They should have made it a triangle.
And the second one is the fact that that black circle just looks so out of place.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's rewind real quick. You're angry that the XS looks like a rectangle when the XX
it's
just
the fact
a rectangle.
That it's the flat rectangle. So it's a traditional console, but without the character. No, okay. Let me show you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what I've decided Lachlan's trying to tell me is he's sexually attracted to bricks.
Okay, no. Let me show you how they could have made this design better, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, show me. I'm open to artistic interpretation.
It's just
that's
an Xbox One X.
That is an Xbox One X.
To make the Xbox Series S look better, make it look like a smaller version of the Series S, and you've got a better design already. That's just my opinion.
They look the same, though.
They don't. They don't.
They do.
They don't.
It's a white rectangle. One just has a black dot, and one has a bunch of little dots.
No. So it has Okay, so look at the Xbox One S, right? So
I'm looking at it.
So it's 2 layered, right?
No.
No, so there's got the black bit, which is like a base,
Oh,
and then you've got the white bit on top.
bar bit at the bottom.
Okay, yep, alright, I see. Yes, okay.
That is more interesting than keeping that all uniform.
Sure.
Essentially,
Sure.
I'm saying I don't like how unified it looks, because it then just doesn't have any character towards it.
But that's why the black dot's there. To provide a contrast.
So the black dot is just ripped out of the Series S. No, okay, let me give you an example of this shit.
You've lost me. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna lose everybody with my madness.
I
about
was
this console.
on board to see where you were going, but what I've decided is you just like to fuck bricks. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you see the fan on the Series.
Yeah,
on
that's
the
a
Xbox
fan.
One S,
Cool.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
You see that black circle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took that part and then didn't get the overlay for it. They just slapped that black part onto the fucking Series S and then called it a day.
And you're saying that them just making it look the same as the old one is better. Hence not doing anything at all, despite them trying to do at least a little bit of something.
No, they're downgrading though.
I don't see it. I'm sorry.
I don't see your
They're
argument.
taking
I'm
away
sorry.
design features from it to be like, it's like, fat. I'm going
Okay.
insane over here.
You are. Now I'm gonna relate to you a little bit here by saying the more I look at it, the more I agree they could have maybe put like something on the outside.
Okay, so like if you look at the 1S, right?
Because it's a lot of white.
Yeah, no, for example,
I agree.
The 1S, for example, right, has a grill over that the fan. So it's not so so it's not just there.
Yeah, it's a different texture. It makes it look a bit different. Yeah, okay.
The one on the Series S looks like the designers were like, it will go here, and I'm now going to go off to my coffee break.
Yeah.
I get that, they probably spent a lot of time making it smaller, but visually, it doesn't intrigue me. It doesn't interest me at all.
Okay, now can I... Okay, I agree. It's a lot of it's a lot of nothing. It's just a lot of white and there's just a bit of black.
Yeah.
But I would like to propose a counter offer.
Okay.
Imagine the canvas that is now available for special editions.
But would they use it? Because it's the less powerful version.
That wasn't the point. The point was they've got a lot of surface area to draw stuff, you know?
Do you want to know what else has a lot of surface area?
My dick!
The Xbox Series X, which has more personality than the Series S.
Yeah, but it's a brick.
It's just fat.
I am going to die on this hill. I am going to die on this hill.
Okay, hold on. I'm actually finding a picture of the Series X because we've got the fridge, not an actual console.
I can look.
Okay. Image. Right. So the only thing about that is that it seems to be intended to be mounted vertically, right?
But you can mount it either way.
Okay. Actually, yeah, there's a picture there. It's so thick.
And that's a lot of room for special edition designs, which was the point you were trying to give for the Series S.
Okay, no, so I said it was really thick, widthways. Okay, so the thing is, right? Why are pieces of paper and paintings typically done on rectangles? Because you get there's a reason for it. I don't know what it is, but there's a reason. The picture I'm looking at, it looks like a fucking square. You can't make a picture on a square.
Wait, hold on. Let me find an image.
Yeah, I got it. From this angle, it looks like a fucking square. It's not a rectangle, it's a square.
That's a rectangle!
It is a rectangle, but it's extremely square.
Oh, it's great.
No, but no, it looks more like a rectangle than a square. Like, if you looked at it from, like, top down, or, like, from its side, where it is just a square, then yeah, I would say it looks like a square. But if I saw the whole thing, I would be like, that looks more like a rectangle than a square.
You lost me.
Tell me that isn't mostly a square. We're looking at like 85% square.
But it's like the length of it that doesn't make it a square. If it was half of it, then it would be a square.
It's vertical length, not depth. Depth makes rectangles and consoles cool, not height.
Yeah.
Like look at the top section. It's just a square.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Whereas on the PS4, every single side is a rectangle. On this, you have 2 sides that are squares and 4 sides that are rectangles.
Yeah.
It makes it just look longer and nicer, which, going back to the point that I made before, which is now transitioned into a, feature apparently, you've got canvas because it's wider. Whereas that, you have such a thin area in terms of an actual pictureness. Also, it's black. How the fuck are you going to put a picture on black?
They'll just change the color.
The Xbox One is a black console. It still has special editions.
Yeah, I know. There's a few exceptions. I know. I'll pay that.
There's a few exceptions. Everything, like, aren't most consoles black?
I mean, there's the like Star Wars PS4s, which were white instead.
The PS4 was a black console.
Yeah, but then the special editions were a different color. Whereas I can only see this as being that color.
So you can only see the Series X as being black.
I can only see it being black or white.
So if I sent you like a special edition design, you would be like
red or blue and shit. It's just too much. It's too much of a solid color to be viable as a different color.
So like this design, for
okay,
example.
That is different because it's a design, not a picture.
That's a special edition.
Yes, but if you're listening to what I'm saying, it's a design rather than a picture. If you literally pick up a fucking
your
sticker...
argument to try to defend the Series S was that special edition
Shut it down. Shut this fucking shit down.
Canvas area.
Get me out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. I ain't
now when you're
anyway.
like agreeing with me when the Series
fuck
X,
you. Fuck
you're
you.
like,
Fuck.
No, this wasn't the point.
Fuck you. I'm done, shit. Fuck you. I give up. What I mean and what I'm saying are different.
I'm going insane over this.
All we need to know is that you are sexually attracted to bricks and I hate them.
I hate bricks.
Like
I hate bricks.
I'll admit that the Series X could be like better designed, like in a visual standpoint, but it stands out more than what the Series S does.
I mean, no, but okay.
How does it?
No.
Okay, if I hold on. Let me find an image of the two of them.
Okay, I'll put it this way, right?
Yep.
Does a brick have as much character as some shitty black dot?
Yes.
Well, then the answer is yes. My answer is no. Fuck you, bricks are shit. That's just is what it is. That's the conclusion to today's episode. You either like bricks or you want to shove them up the person who likes bricks' ass. That is what it is.
Okay, one thing before we like stop for today. We're gonna go off designs because clearly I'm not good at like saying my point, and I'm not gonna have my point will be seen anyway.
I don't even know why I tried to fight you at some points because you were just making your own. You were just digging your own grave.
How?
You just. I don't know. I'll have to go back and remember. Remembering's
I
hard.
can remember. Okay. Anyway, visual design. Okay. What do you guys think about the fact that there's going to be a physical edition of these consoles and then a digital edition of these consoles? I'm gonna have to stop you there, me. Well, you see, this episode is one of the episodes that we're splitting into two parts, solely because at this point forward, we start talking about digital and physical editions of the episode, and it was enough that I was thinking about scrapping the entire episode. So if you're interested in us debating whether or not physical edition, like digital editions of consoles, are a good thing to have in the video game market from now on, go to the side B of this podcast episode. If not, this is the end of the 6th episode of the 1am podcast. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.